So Foo saw sum and now is looking for the first input, 5. Ah, beautiful. 5 evaluates to itself. So we just need to stick in a 5 here and just make our first input to sum. And I can add a little arrow. Right there. Great. Okay, but sum still needs inputs. So we took care of this first input. We need another input right here. So Foo keeps on looking for the next input, starting here, up. Keeps checking until he gets to a space, and we have remainder. Let's see, remainder is a reporter that takes 2 inputs. Do I need to make that one big too? Let's see. I think I will. Okay, so now I'm going to slide all of this over a little bit, actually. This way. Oh, wait. Remainder needs to line up with this guy, doesn't he? Okay, so I'll put this here. And I'll put remainder there. Okay, so now Foo wants to know if remainder can give him any output for sum, but remainder needs inputs. So remainder's not ready yet. So now we have to find the first input to remainder. So we look over here, and we didn't have any quotation marks. This is not a number. So Foo says this better be some kind of a reporter because remainder needs an input. And sure enough, we happen to know that color is a reporter with 1 input, and I'll just make this a regular size box of 100. Draw that tank. Oh, I made a mistake, didn't I? Color doesn't have any inputs. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Let's try again. Color has 0 inputs. Let's try drawing it now. That's better. Okay. So color. What is the color of this turtle? Well, if we look in his backpack, we can't really see in his backpack what color he is. One thing we could do is we could say show color. Oh, okay, his color's 9. So right now he would output a 9. So let's get his output there. Let's draw the 9. And let's draw an arrow. And we're going to need another arrow, right? Okay. So let's add our arrow. So the output from color is 9. And that becomes our first output to remainder. Oop, I don't have enough room. So I better move this up a little bit. There we go. So now we've seen color, and now we're still looking for a second input for remainder. And look at that, a 156. So let's make that 156. And since it's remainder, now color doesn't need any input. Color's got its input. So 156 is going to be the second input to remainder. Let's make that. Draw a word or list. Oops. And we can see that makes sense. You know, I turned this turtle around. I just want to make sure that his heading is still 0 because, yeah, that's right. Because otherwise I might draw things at an angle. I don't want to do that. Okay. All right. So now I have my 2 inputs to remainder. Okay. So what happened? I got all the way up here to color. Color didn't need any inputs, so color could do its job. Color could output a 9. But remainder wasn't happy because remainder needed another input, so we collected the 156. So now remainder has 2 inputs, a 9 and a 156. Well, let's see. How does remainder work? Well, remember, what remainder is going to do is going to take 9 divided by 156, and whatever's left over is the remainder. Well, the remainder in that case, 156 goes into 9 0 times with 9 left over. So the remainder is going to be 9. So I'm just going to copy this whole deal. Since my output here is 9, I could stamp that in place. Now I'm going to, okay, so now sum has the inputs that sum needs. Sum needed 5, sum needed an input, sum needed 2 inputs, both of them numbers. We have 5 and 9. If we take the sum of 5 and 9, we're going to get 14. Okay, let's move this down here. I'm going to draw that. So we have 14. And make a couple arrows. And give myself some room here. So the output from sum is going to be 14. And now I'm going to get rid of this so we don't get confused. Now let's execute this. So now it says set size. We end up with set size 14. So we should be setting the size of this turtle to 14. Let's see what happens. Oh. And let's check his backpack just to double check. And his size is 14.